Looks like it's gonna be one of those kind of morning, guys, with my internet being all funky. So I don't know what's going on. So I apologize if I seem a little, my audio goes out a little weird, but guys, I still wanted to be here for you. My computer has been going woo crazy all morning, and I have no idea why. So, with that being said, guys, thanks so much for joining me for coffee, or in my case, a little tea. I forewarn you, I am not feeling very well this morning. Yeah, I think it's the weather. It's actually been raining in Vegas for like 2 days, guys. 2 days. It's ridiculous. And of course, now I'm a little hoarse. Don't worry. I do not have corona. Everybody is always so concerned about this stupid corona. I do not have corona. I've not been in the general public enough to be concerned about it. Not to mention, guys, it's just an upper respiratory infection. You know, it's just a little bit of this stuff going on. So I'm not going to be that concerned. And look, Courtney's even joined us while she's working out, girl. She's always got her mind going right. Okay, so guys, thanks so much for joining us. It is now 7:01. We are definitely going to kick it off. For those of you who do not know, and this is your first time, the structure of these morning coffees with Jennifer are a little motivational music, something to get your blood pumping, get you in the right spirit, if you will. Thank you so much, Sammy. I hope I feel better too. I actually looked at my calendar today because, as you all know, I look at my calendar today and I was like, ooh, it's an easy day. I'm only going to have periods of busyness. Maybe I can actually go back to bed and kind of feel a little bit better. So we'll see what happens. But that's the plan. The plan is to take it a little easy today. But guys, I have my commitments. One of my commitments is to you guys. So here I am. Yeah, not a problem, Courtney. I completely understand. So a little music kind of get you in the get the blood pumping a little bit. And so Black Eyed Peas, they're classic. Come on, okay. I even have a friend who has a Black Eyed Peas tribute band, and she looks just like Fergie. So, it's one of my favorites. So I figured a little Black Eyed Peas to start us off. Then we're gonna go into a couple of motivational videos. A little difference when we go into time management today, guys, but I'm going to do a couple of motivational videos. These are kind of short videos, kind of tackle the things that we face as entrepreneurs, the struggles that we have. After each video, we'll have a little open discussion, some talking points. If you have struggles or challenges you're facing yourself, this is kind of an open forum for us to have that discussion, see what we can brainstorm to help you get over that hurdle, that struggle, what we can help you with, because this is really just a coffee chat, guys, something to kind of help us get started with the day. And then I'm going to move into time management. And it actually is motivational because I found a time management video from none other than Mr. Tony Robbins. It's not like a whole lot of practical time management, but time management in a mindset frame. So I kind of thought it would work right into it. So we're going to go ahead and then we'll have a discussion about that. And then we'll kind of go about our winning Wednesdays, hopefully making some money, combating this coronavirus nonsense. I had to choose my words correctly there. This nonsense, guys. And so that being said, we'll go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and close down the Black Eyed Peas. And we'll go through this one. And again, guys, I apologize if my internet gets twitchy. It seems like it's just doing a whole lot. So let's see what we can do with this one.
For somebody going through tough times, for somebody struggling just to keep your head above water. You're trying, but things don't seem to be quite working out the way you planned. You thought you'd be in a different place at this season in your life, but you're still suffering. You have no say-so in what happens to you, but you have a say-so in what you do about it. You have a determining voice into where your life can go. See, life is 10% what happens to you. It's 90% what you do about it. You get a setback. You get thrown off course. You lost your mama. That's dirt. But show me something that has grown into something beautiful that didn't have no dirt on it. You need dirt on you to develop, because dirt ain't just dirt. Dirt is fertilizer. Dirt is nutrient. Dirt gives you the strength for your seed to push through. You got to have dirt on you to push through something. Everything you see that's beautiful starts out as a seed, but that seed got to get dirt on it. You got to have dirt on you to grow into what life got for you. The only thing I want from you is that every single day, when uncertainty creeps in, I need you to get up and I need you to go heavy on it. In the midst of opposition, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of adversity, when you taste a little bit of blood and something happens that you didn't expect to happen, I need you to go heavy on it. You gotta be willing to go after your stuff. You gotta be willing to go after whatever has got your name on it. Sometimes you gotta fight your way over. Sometimes you gotta fight your way through. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and say, listen, I ain't got nobody else to encourage us right now. It's just me and you. But I'm telling you, it's for the head and not the tail. And I'm fighting for me, or my house, or my children, or my brothers, or my sisters, or my husband, or my vision, or my dream. I'm gonna stand right here, and I ain't giving up my children. I'm not giving up my money. No, stand. You can't keep quitting your whole life. You can't keep backing up, and you can't keep skating, taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. After a while, there ought to be something in our life that we stand through. Sicknesses that you stood through, struggles that you stood through, weaknesses that you stood through, crises that you stood through, pressures that you stood through. That is where character is developed. That's what defines our destiny when you are in the middle of transition.
Okay, guys. So, I mean, we had discussed this last, I believe it was last week, about getting through your go through. You know, we have to all go through something in order to get to the other side, to find what defines us. And this kind of builds on that as well. So yeah, guys, we have to look at things and, okay, this is the process. And this is going to move into my time management later today. Everything really looks daunting. When you're starting in the beginning, it's really daunting to get to your goal, to get to your other side, right? So you have to go through something to get there. For those of you who are plugged in, I actually made Evo 200 this week, which means I have 200 active agents in my organization at this point. Right now I am 94 away from being platinum. And I have been in this business for a year, and thank you very much, Karen. Thank you, Sammy. I've been doing this for a year and a month, guys. Yesterday marked my 1 year, 1 month mark. So it's not something that just happened. It's not something that was easy. It wasn't something I ever really thought that I could say. I'm going to kind of speak about my husband. He's not here, but I know that I've told this to a couple of people. A few weeks ago, we were really close to Evo 200. And if you're a builder, guys, you'll understand, like, you add people, this just isn't for everybody, and then you lose people. And then you add people, and then you lose people, right? So about 4 weeks ago, we were 2 away from Evo 200. And I was really excited. And my husband looked at me, and it kind of hit him, because it's been a year. It had been just over a year when we had this conversation. And he said, do you realize that we've helped 198 people? Right? And it's really like, wow, we've helped 198 people. Because, guys, that's what I look at this as. This is not something that I'm like, ooh, what can I do to make more money for myself? Granted, the money is a blessing, don't get me wrong. But I do this because I think this is an amazing opportunity, that this is an amazing business model. Very analytical, guys. For those of you who don't know, I'm very analytical. I look at this business model and I compare it to other companies that are out there, other entrepreneurial aspects or opportunities out there. And this business model is different in so many different ways. Our team structure is different in so many ways. So when I share this opportunity with others, I'm truly doing it because I think that it can absolutely help. It can absolutely change someone's life, because I know it's done it for mine, right? So for me to sit back and go, oh, wow, I've helped 198 people. And today, as of this morning, I've helped 206 people, right? It wasn't something that happened overnight, and it wasn't something that happened easily. It was a struggle. It was a grind. I had grit. I got through a lot of things. For me to say 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks ago, I was 2 away from Evo 200, and then in a matter of a week go down to 184, and then have to crawl and scratch my way back up there to find more people to help. That's going through it. But I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I stood in what in what's uncomfortable, and I stretched beyond it, if that helps. Okay. So, and yeah, see, the struggle is very real. Sarah and I actually had this conversation via Messenger last night. There are so many struggles in being an entrepreneur with a team of agents that you help. It is a struggle. There's things every day you're like, wow, I didn't know I had that in me. But you find it. You find that strength when you don't know you have it, right? That's a big one, guys. You find the strength when you don't know you have it. I can speak from experience with this one. As a parent who had a special needs son, yeah, you keep going forward no matter what. You do. My son went through it. You know, he was born completely healthy. He had no issues whatsoever. At 2, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Okay, that's really common. There are millions of people with diabetes. At the age of 5, my son started losing his eyesight and was diagnosed with ADHD. Okay, something's going on. At the age of 7, he started having his first grand mal seizures. At the age of 9, he was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And during that time, guys, I went through so many misdiagnoses, including the fact that somebody told me he was bipolar and put him on additional meds that were really counteractive, which actually exacerbated his underlying disease and caused it to speed up. So then to have him be diagnosed with a terminal illness at the age of 9 with a life expectancy to mid-teens or early 20s, then you see the struggle. But you know what? My son he was completely blind. He couldn't eat what he wanted to. At one point, his stomach stopped moving. He dealt with pain and seizures every day of his life from the age of 7 on. And if my son could have a smile on his face and find the joys of life while doing that, I have the strength to do anything, right? So you have to put things in perspective of what do you have in life that's going to make you push through, okay? Don't let stupid things stop you. I was not going to let the fact that I had almost 15 agents leave me in a matter of 5 days stop me from where I want to be, and that I want to help as many people as I possibly can. One of the reasons why I do trainings, guys, this doesn't benefit me as much as it benefits you. This is the reason why I do this, because I want to help you. I want to help you get through whatever you're getting through. I want to be able to support and help you guys figure out what we can do to help you find that success. So that's why I'm here. Okay. My son has autism. Yes, absolutely. We have a couple of people on here, guys, who have children who are facing it, who are going through it, right? We are not alone. This is an amazing opportunity for parents who are dealing with that. I wish I had had this opportunity when my son was still here. Okay. I wish I could have been able to work from home from his bedside and spend that time with him. It's time I'll never get back, that I was giving to a corporation that didn't care about me. When I gave them an ultimatum to pay me what I was worth because I was doing payroll and I saw what they were paying people who were doing less work with me than me, who had less education than me, less job experience than me, and I saw that they were paying them more, and I demanded to have equal pay, I gave them an ultimatum. I said, I want what I want, and it's only fair. And if you don't do it within the month, I'm gone. Guess what? I was gone because I wasn't going to have it. I had to stand up for myself. I had to do what I had to do. So, guys, you've just got, if I had had this opportunity to be able to do this, you better believe I would have done it, right? I was trying other business opportunities out there because unfortunately Evo had just come on the face, come around when I was going through my go through, if you will, right? I lost my son in 2016. So guys, if I had had the opportunity, I would have. That's why I so easily and readily share our opportunity, because if there's somebody out there who's going through it, who's doing something, who has an amazing reason to stay home. Our kids alone are an amazing reason to stay home and work. But when you have a kid who has limited time or has limited resources or needs you, wouldn't you rather be there than somebody you're paying to be there? They're never going to have the same empathy and compassion and love in their heart as you as the parent would be, right? Okay, so I've completely gone off on a tangent. I'm so sorry, guys. Please feel free to unmute yourself, chime in, tell me what you're feeling, to let me know if there's anything that I can help you with, that we can brainstorm on, any thing that anybody would like to add to that video, or any of the tangents that I've just gone out on. Okay. Well, I guess that we are good. So I'm going to go ahead and close this one. We'll move right on to our next one. The struggle makes you stronger.
Imagine if you got what you want every time. No struggle, no hard work, no challenges, no hard work required. Some of you are saying that will be great. You would be weak. And then when something hard comes up in your life, you wouldn't know how to handle it because you have never gone through anything that strengthens you. You cannot grow without struggle. You cannot develop strength without resistance, without challenging yourself, without struggle. Pain is your friend. Maybe not in the moment, but for the evolution of your soul, for the long-term benefit of you as a stronger human being, pain is your friend. If you didn't have failures, if you didn't have struggles, if you didn't have disappointment, you could have no strength, no courage, no compassion. How could you? Those qualities are made from your pain and struggle. You are given pain because you are strong enough to handle it. You are given this life because you are strong enough to live it. Because you are strong enough to drive through it, to thrive through it, to inspire others through it. They will look to you and say, he did it, she did it. I have the strength to do it too. You are stronger than you think. You survived all your challenges to this point. And you will survive whatever is coming. But next time a struggle comes, I don't want you to curse the skies. Know that it was sent for a reason and a lesson. It might be to make you stronger. It might be to teach you patience. It might be for you to show others your spirit. There is a reason. So don't you give up. You have a purpose in this world. And you will only find it if you keep going and keep growing. Your struggle is a part of your story. Your struggle made you the person you are today.
Your struggle is your life. Your struggle is your gift. See, many people look at struggle like it's a bad thing. Your struggle will be the gift that the world falls in love with. Nobody wants to hear the story of the man that was given everything. People want to hear the stories of men and women that endured pain and turned their struggles into a gift. Do you want people just to feel sorry for you? Or you want people to look up to you? Do you want to be a legend? Because legends are born in the valley of struggle. Fear is only a fictional movie, but reality is a struggle. Reality is the struggle. So take the struggle and change your reality. Because the whole time you were thinking that your struggle was holding you back, it was really giving you the tools to become one of the greatest. No more second guessing. No more blaming others for the problems you have in your life. It's a new day. This is my one-way ticket to my dreams. Your struggle is your gift.
Okay, guys. So it's kind of powerful, right? If we think about it, the things that we go through are the things that give us the tools to go ahead and make us what we are. They're the tools that give us the strength, the courage, the character. I mean, Founder says it, how you do one thing is how you do all things, right? So how we do one thing is how we do all things. We have learned from our journeys. We've learned from our struggles exactly what we need to do. It's the question of whether or not you choose to use those tools, to use those challenges, to come up with your goals, your game plans to reach what you want. Okay. So I know I've gotten a couple of private messages, but you know, Teresa lost her son in 2015. So Teresa and I, we know the pain, and I will tell you, it is a pain like no other. It is a pain that I don't wish any other person on the face of the planet, I don't care who you are, to face. That is not a pain that needs to be shared. Okay. But works with her, you know, she says, I work with my kids when they're at school so I can be with them. As a single mom, time is important. I'm here so I can offer them more without taking me away from them. So, and I thank you for your sympathy, as well as, you know, Teresa, I know exactly. And girl, if you need anybody, you know, give me a call. We can commiserate together and then get through it, right? And it's nothing anybody should ever go through. But yeah, guys, we have this opportunity with the flexibility to determine when we work, what priorities we have. Because if it is a priority, then you're going to make it happen. Courtney has a brother with Asperger's, so you kind of have to, you know, do everything. As somebody who is a caregiver, you find the time, right? You find the time for what you have to do. You know, I will tell you, there were days when I could run on an hour and a half's worth of sleep because I had to. He was relying on my husband and I for everything. So I knew I had to go to work to pay the bills because that's what I had at the time, right? I knew that I had to cook dinner because I had to feed him. You know, I knew that I had to give meds. I had to change diapers. I had to change bedding. I had to do laundry. I had, you know, there's all these different things that you have to do. And you have to find the time for them. If it's a priority, you find the time. You figure out what can suffer in order for you to be able to complete what you have to do. So you have to switch your mindset, guys. What is a priority? Is it really a priority? Is it a priority that's going to get you closer to where you're trying to go? Right? Or is it just a time suck? You'll hear me use that term a lot. Is it a time suck, a waste of time? Is it sucking the time out of your day so that you and taking you away from what you need to do, what you have to do in order to get to where you want to go? Right? That's what it comes down to, you know. So, questions, comments, anybody like to chime in? Please, like I said, feel free to unmute yourself, put it in the chat box. Guys, we're all family here. As you can tell, I mean, I don't feel well. I'm sipping my tea. I've got my tea with my honey. I combed my hair for you this morning, guys, but that's about it. I'm still in my PJs. That's the joys of working from home, though, guys. And yes, it is. It's nice because, let's face it, I don't feel well today. I don't have to call in sick to somebody. I made my cup of tea. I'm doing what I need to do, and then I'm probably gonna head off to bed and try to get a little bit of rest, take some, you know, vitamins, pop some vitamin C, get a little bee pollen, a little more honey in me, and then we'll go. And Portia, you'll get there. You'll get there, girl. You just, again, have to figure out what we need to do, right? And this is such an amazing opportunity. I'm so glad that you guys said yes when someone approached you and said, hey, do you want to become a travel agent? You guys said yes. That was action. That was the first step in an amazing journey. Now you just got to continue the journey. It was the first step in a marathon. That's my shout out to Courtney P right now. She's in spin class. She is out there. She is working her business and she's working her body. I mean, come on, that's some dedication right there, right? So you see the little light flashing. She's great. I swear she just motivates, right? She's multitasking full, guys. She is listening to us. She is working her body. You better believe she's going to get done. She's going to take a shower. She's going to go work her business because that's what she does. I love her for it. She motivates me. Eventually, one day I'll make it to the gym. And that's funny because I'm going to move into our next video, which is kind of time management. And as you can see, it's Tony Robbins, and he is kind of motivational realistically, but he's talking about time for your life, the power of chunking. So this is about 9 minutes. I watched this and I was like, yeah, he's kind of right, and maybe I should take some advantage. Because, guys, I actually heard somebody, I was watching a TED Talk, I think it was yesterday, and they said, we teach what we need to work on. We teach what we need to work on because it's something that we're passionate about. We know that we need to finish that, to do something with it, right? So he touches on exercise, and at some point, guys, I know I have to do this. I have to start exercising again. But you'll see what I mean when you watch this video. But when I think of exercise, I don't think of how good my body is going to feel when I hit that, that goal weight or, that fitness level that I'm looking for. I think about the right now pain, which is where I'm struggling with that, because I can face the right now pain of hitting my goals for business. It's the right now physical pain that I would have when I start exercising. I am literally just over 3 years from spinal surgery. I have 4 herniated discs, spinal stenosis, all caused from degenerative disc disease. There are days when my legs don't want to move. So I know I need to lose the weight to help with that and strengthen my core to help with that. But the pain of my nerves firing and the inflammation that will happen from my exercising, it does kind of stop me. So I need to work on that. So that's kind of the reason why I'm teaching on this right now. Tony is awesome, a good person to listen to. Absolutely. There are so many amazing motivational speakers out there, guys. Tony Robbins is good. He's a really good one. And for those of you who don't know, convention, guys, if you can make it to convention and you can and come to Vegas, I so recommend it. We have Eric Thomas coming, and he's an amazing motivational speaker, guys. He's our keynote speaker for the year, and I think that is amazing. Yeah, right? We're eventually going to get there, Portia. We're going to get there. Right? Oh my gosh, the pain, I don't want a pain doctor. I had a pain doctor, Okay, just to go on a tangent with this with Karen. I am classified as a long-time opioid user, a long-term opioid user. The reason it is, right? Yes, absolutely. I agree. Dan is good too. Gary V, if you don't mind the cuss words. But I can't stand how I am when I'm on the pain meds, because I was on thousands of milligrams of gabapentin a day. And I was on 40 milligrams of hydrocodone multiple times a day. That makes you a zombie, guys. And every month I went to my pain doctor where they'd collect a urine sample for a couple of reasons, to make sure that I'm not overdosing and to make sure that I am taking my meds, because with the opioid crisis in the United States, they want to make sure that people who are being prescribed opioids aren't selling them, right? So you go to a doctor to make sure that you aren't a drug addict or a drug dealer. Come on. But I was so tired of how I felt when I was on them that I had to find something else. So guess what, guys? CBD. I use CBD every day. I use multiple sources of CBD. I vape CBD. I take tinctures for CBD. I also use the cream. And it's the thing that keeps me going, because there's no way that I could be on the amount of medication that my doctors had me on and still be able to function. When I went to my doctor and she said, well, what's your pain level at with all of your medication? And I would say a 6. She's like, okay, it's manageable. We're managing it. My pain level is at a 6, and that was in her mind managed, because they had already exhausted everything else other than fusion. Right? And I refuse to do fusion. I've had disectomies and, you know, all kinds of, and injections, like serious, like we're putting you under, we're going to inject stuff directly into your spine kind of a thing. And it never worked. Right? I actually had one doctor after a surgery, he came out and he said that was the biggest herniated disc I've ever seen. And I'm telling you, he was a doctor in his 60s. You know, he's like, I don't know how you were walking at all. And for me to say, okay, I can't do this anymore and do full, you know, do just CBD and, you know, manage my pain that way. At this point, guys, I currently live every day between a 2 and a 4 on my pain scale. And when I was on opioids and gabapentin and nerve blockers and things like that, I was sitting at a 6 or a 7. So that should tell you something about the whole drug crisis in America. They just throw medication at you. They don't really try to help. So I don't love pain doctors. I know that they're necessary, but I don't really enjoy them because of the fact that they don't really listen to the patient. They don't think outside the box. And I had to, because I couldn't live the way I was living. So 3 years later, here I am, knock on wood. I'll be taking my CBD as soon as I finish my tea, because I don't want to drink right after. And then we go from there. Okay. CBD really helps me. Fibro, chronic fatigue. Yep. Short-term solutions, but buying time. I have vinyl spusia. Yep. As well. My doctor. Yeah, exactly. Some doctors do encourage the use of CBD. I'm lucky enough, I do live in a state that marijuana, both recreational and medical, is allowed, but that doesn't mean that if I'm working for a corporation that I'm able to take it, right? So now that I'm self-employed, I will tell you, one of the CBD pens that I vape does have THC, not a whole lot, just a little. I like a little full spectrum when I'm having a really bad day, simply because it helps activate the CBD in my body a little bit. But I absolutely love it. Portia, yeah, the CBD side is a good option. I will tell you, my little bottle of CBD oil that I get every month, realistically cost me under $60 with my commission back, because I make commission on my own sales, right? When I get a vape pen from the dispensary here locally, it's over $80 just for that pen. And that'll last me about 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how bad my pain is for the month. So if I use them in conjunction with each other, then I'm good for a month. So it really just helps me. Trying to get my husband on the CBD, but he holds a CDL, 3 compressed disc vertebrae, and hernia disc. April, E3 CBD is an isolate. There is 0 THC in it. Okay, 0 THC in it. So there's no psychoactive in this. It is an isolate. That's one of the reasons why McCovey came out with this, is because he wanted to have a way for us to do a CBD with 0 THC. It's from a hemp isolate. So absolutely think about that one. Yeah, and so the cream, Courtney uses the cream for her ankles from running and the oil for anxiety, right? She's a marathoner. So the creams are amazing. I'll tell you, when I have localized pain in my back, I know my nerves are starting to go off. I get the cream out and I slather it down, and it actually really does work. I was really surprised the first time I used CBD cream, because I was like, wow, that really works. And guys, a little CBD oil on the temples and right on the base of your neck when you have a headache, right? I suffer from migraines as well, anxiety, a little bit of everything. I love CBD for that. And try to put in his coffee. Only if he's drinking a mint coffee, because it comes in a mint flavor. They found that peppermint is actually a helpful delivery device. Okay, so yeah, definitely do that. In the sauna now, girl, you were sweating it out too in both ways, girl. I love her. Okay, anyway, we've gone into CBD. We are covering everything today, guys. I love it. I love it. Courtney, send me a message when you go work out and say, get up, let's go work out time, LOL. Your cam is really getting me up and working out. There you go. Courtney, Portia wants you to be her workout accountability partner. It's basically what we've just witnessed, guys, an accountability partnership happening right there.
I mean, I can do the workout. I just have to have you guys in my ear, because I'm not writing anything down, but I can still listen and still do something. So, I mean, if you don't think you can do it, just try it. Maybe it'll work. I mean, no one says you can do 20 squats and have earbuds in your ear and listen at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Courtney, for your dedication, for showing up.
Too, guys. Business and health is important too.
Well, now we're going to get into Tony Robbins talking about very, very similar topics. And it can translate to so many other things in our life. So let's go ahead and listen to what Mr. Robbins has to say today.
What's your strategy about doing this? In fact, when people don't do things, it's not because they can't. It's not even because they don't want to. It's because of the way they're focusing on what I call chunking things. When people don't follow through, here's what they do. I'll give you an example. Who here believes exercise is very important, but you don't exercise regularly? Let me see your hand. Raise your hand. More hands than most. Much raise your hand, right? Now, who here really focuses on, I should say, exercises regularly? Raise your hand. Regularly. Okay. Who here does not exercise regularly, even though you believe it's important? Just be truthful. Okay. So let's see what the difference is here. A person who does not exercise regularly, I want you to raise your hand and I want you to tell me why you don't exercise regularly. Be truthful. Okay. Yes, sir. I don't have the time. Now, is that true? He knows it's not true. He's going to answer you first. No. But it feels like he doesn't have the time, because time is emotion. And he's got so many other things he is focused on getting results in, that adding this to a list seems like a lot, right? And the other things are very important to him, like his business. I don't have the time. He has the time. What's the real reason he isn't doing it? Because of the way he thinks about exercise. When he focuses on what it would take to exercise, he does it very differently than someone who follows through. When you think about exercising, what's involved? Okay, he starts thinking about, I got to get to mile 14 of the London Marathon. Even the thought of trying to get the 4th mile, much less the 25th mile, is like beyond my imagination right now. So he is what I call over-chunked. He's not thinking about what he wants. He's thinking about what's painful. You just saw a perfect example. He's not even thinking about victory or succeeding. So the chance of him following through on something that he associates major pain to, when you do something else right now, he can feel confident or successful at. His chances of following through are very limited. How many involve that? Say I. His focus is on failure. His focus is on pain. That's why he isn't following through. Okay. He's also focused on the 14th mile of a marathon rather than today's workout. Which one seems more daunting to you?
So when you think of what, and here's also his feedback, he's thinking about the process, not the outcome or result he wants. And when you think about what's going to take to do something, usually it takes a lot, and you're not going to want to do it. So he's over-chunking himself. He's trying to eat the whale whole without taking any small bites. And it seems too big for him, so he says, well, I'll do it when? Later. My Australian friends would say later. Right? Of course, the problem with doing it tomorrow is when you get to tomorrow's today, and tomorrow never comes. So when you keep promising yourself, what does this do emotionally when you keep breaking your own promises with yourself? Or you keep failing to do things that you know are important? Does it increase your self-certainty and confidence? No. What it does is when you accomplish an area, believe it or not, it affects the other areas too. Do you believe that? Don't believe me. What about your own life experience? Maybe not one area, but it's supposed to be multiple areas that you're does. Another reason why somebody doesn't exercise or do anything is because they don't just chunk it too big, they chunk it in too many details. I'll give you a perfect example. So I asked somebody one time, I said, okay, how important is exercising? Oh, exercise is extremely important. Really? Okay, good. Tell me, why don't you exercise regularly? Well, I just don't have time. Okay, everybody gives that answer. That's wonderful. So tell me, though, don't tell me about how much time you don't have. Tell me this. When you think about exercising, what do you think about? Just a way of saying, what do you focus on? And so, oh my gosh, what do you mean when I think about? Well, let's say I said to you, you got to start exercising, and I'm going to put a gun to the head of your children, and I will do very horrible things and hurt them badly if you don't exercise. Could you do it? Oh yeah, I could do it. You know, if some mafia person came here and said, I'm going to kill your children if you don't exercise every day, how many think you can find a way to exercise every day, no matter what your time constraints may be? So remember this. Remember this. Change is never a matter of ability. It's always a matter of motivation. I'll say it again. Change is never a matter of ability. It's always a matter of motivation or drive, having strong enough reasons. If you have strong reasons, you can figure out the time, couldn't you? So the biggest part of life and time management is knowing what you want, having enough reasons to follow through. But there is one more piece. If you make enough reasons to follow through, you know what you want, but you make the task overwhelming, you'll be overwhelmed. So I said to her, forget what I said. Let's just say you're really going to start exercising. You're going to do it regularly. How would you do it? What's involved with exercise? What's involved with exercise? You focus well. If I was going to work out regularly, I have to find a club one. Okay, well, so we watch. Well, but you want to know the whole process? Yes, tell me the whole process. What it would take to exercise. She goes, oh my God, I'd have to get on the web and search for like all the exercise places around my home. And then I have to look through those and see which one is probably closest or which one is probably nicest. And I don't really know, so I probably search on the web and like read about it, get a sense, see the pictures of the place. But it's never the way they really show it to you. They don't show you the best pictures. It's not really that nice. So then I take my car and I got places. I have to Google the location and look it up. And I try to, a lot of times the instructions are wrong on Google. So sure enough, I get the place not even the right place. And I have to call the place on my cell phone. Then after I call the place, I have to write down the directions. Of course, I probably don't have a pen. I mean, you know how it is when you're driving. And so finally I get a pen, I drive down the directions, I try to remember in my mind, and I get to the place, and now I got to get a ticket, how you get the ticket, and I got to find a parking space, and I find a parking space, what do I do? Now I got to go into this place, and when you go to the place, you can't just look around. They want to escort you, don't they? Some salesperson wants to escort me, so I got to go to the salesperson, walk me around, they show me the locker room, and they show me this, they show me that, they show me all this stuff. And then let's say I want to buy here. I get you my card, they want to do a little application, like I'm 2 years old again, in high school. Oh, come on, give me a break. And then I filled the application, I got to pay them, and then they're going to sell me a 10 million membership. I just want to try this for 6 months. And after all that, then they want to take a picture that looks worse than you take in your driver's license. How about you? Now I got a plastic card. What do I got to work out? I got to take off all my clothes. I got to hang them up in the locker where my stuff doesn't really fit, and it's going to get wrinkled, and I know it's going to fall off, and it's going to get wrinkled. It's going to be terrible. So I say, how I do that, and so I go to the first station. I got to figure out which station to go to, so now they probably want to give me some trainer who's going to tell me what to do. But let's say, no. I go to the first station, so he's sitting some sweaty, smelly person who gets up and they got sweat all over. So I got to take my towel, I got to wipe it all off, and then I got to adjust the weight, and then I don't know what the right weight is. I got to adjust it again, and get the hassle, figure out how to adjust it, and then I finally do my exercise, and then I got to wipe the thing off, and then I got to find the second station, and maybe there's somebody there, maybe it's all sweaty, and I don't know the numbers, and then I do all these one station after station after station after station. Now I got to go to the locker room and pick up my sweaty clothes, which I'm going to put in the bag, which I know is going to stay on the car. And then I got to go in and take a shower, and meet up to a steam room or something, and then see body parts of other people I don't even want to see. And then I got to go and I got to do my hair now, do my makeup, all the makeup, start all my makeup, do the whole thing, all these little pieces. And then I come up with my now wrinkled clothes. And now I can't even just leave. I got to go to the front and I got to get my ticket stamp. I don't have to pay for it. Then I got to find the car, which I forgot where it is. And then I got to show up to the guy and then I drive out. That's what it takes to work out. Well, what does it take to eat? To do it. you just go, well, I don't know, what kind you want? Tell you, okay, I know 12 places, let's go. Well, what do you mean? See, eating is one chunk. Exercising is 3,229. For every little step of what I got to do, I think about all the consequences, the elements, and the pieces. And that's why I don't do it. They're overchunked. What you focus on, you feel what you feel. You're moved to somehow actuate.
So there we go, guys. Right? It's pretty true. We get overwhelmed, like overchunked. We're trying to eat the entire whale rather than just taking a bite. So, and we just went over this. Chris and his crazy hair kind of missed some of this because he joined us a little late. He's sporting the peacock look today. So realistically, guys, remember I said if we have to make it happen, we'll make it happen. Eating's one of those things. He was saying, oh, let's go eat. Okay, let's do it. We don't think about the million pieces, because if you thought about what it takes to eat realistically, okay, so I'm the product of a chef. My dad, one of his many careers, you'll soon learn, he was a chef. So my husband laughs because he basically married a chef without the training, because my dad's been teaching me to cook since I was little. So let's face it, guys, to make a pot of chili, okay, we'll start with a pot of chili. My husband loves my chili, okay? To make a pot of chili means that I have to figure out what kind of meat I want, right? Do I want ground beef? Do I want sausage? Do I want a pork and beef combination? Do I want to make a turkey version, right? So you have to figure out what kind of protein you want. Maybe you don't want protein. Maybe you just want beans. Or maybe you want a meat substitute, right? Then you got to figure out what kind of beans you want if you are a chili bean person, right? So do you want dark kidney beans? Do you want light kidney beans? Maybe you want pinto beans. Maybe you want black beans, right? Do you want onions? Do you want jalapenos? Do you want green peppers, right? Is there a particular brand of seasoning that you want for your chili powder seasoning, right? Do you buy crushed tomatoes, whole tomatoes? Do you use fresh tomatoes? Do you use tomato paste? Do you use tomato sauce? And then think about all the chopping you have to do in order to do that. But you know what? At the end of the day, we just want chili. So we're going to make it because it's a priority. Food is a priority. Okay, I will fully admit most days when I'm working hard, it's a one meal a day kind of a thing. Not the healthiest way to go about things, but it's not a priority in my goals. So I make sure I eat it once a day at least. Okay. So when we chunk it in huge chunks, it's overwhelming. So yeah, for me, and it is time is emotion. And when I think of exercise, I think of the pain that I know I'm going to face. I think of the pain that I'm going to be in for months until my body gets used to it and absorbs it and adjusts to what I need to do. So it's easier for me to chunk out my business than it is for my physical health, if you will. So I chunk out my business, guys, in little chunks. Like I know what I need to do. That's my task list. I know what I need to do, and I chunk it out into 15 to 30 minute increments. So I know it's doable. When I write my goals, I write my goals backwards. Okay. What I mean by that is I know I want to hit platinum. In order for me to hit platinum, I know how many agents my organization needs to bring in every day. Because I take my goal date, the date I want to hit platinum, and I know how many agents I have, and I need to subtract that, find out how many agents I need, and then I need to figure out how many days between now and that goal date, divide that. That tells me how many agents I need in my organization every day, right? And then you got to take into account attrition. So because of that, I need a little cushion. So increase that number by a few, right? So I know how many agents I need every day in order for me to hit my goal, okay? Same thing with weight loss. You know what your goal weight is, right? You know when you want to hit it. You know what today is. Divide how many pounds you want to lose by how many days. That's how many pounds you need to lose every day, right? Or, how many weeks or months. That way you kind of work it backwards. That's how you make a SMART goal, guys. You figure out what you want, you figure out when you want it, and then you work out back how you're going to do it. A goal is a goal, but it's not a SMART goal until you have a plan to make it happen. So you have to figure that out. And then once you figure that out, then you need to figure out the steps in order to make that little chunk happen, right? So people have seen this before. I'm trying to actually make platinum by April 1st. Okay, that is 19 days. Chris and that hair. God, it's just like, you look like a chick from the 90s with, you know, the hairspray and the, ooh. So, you know, in order for me to hit platinum, guys, I know that I need to bring into my organization between 6 and 10 agents every day. That's a lot, right? So how do I do that? I don't stop. I routinely, for travel, guys, I will easily put in, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day. But I don't stop there. In total, guys, I'm currently doing 12 to 14-hour days. Because of the fact that I know what I need. I know what I want. I'm not going to stop. But it's easier for me to chunk out those pieces for this than it is for exercise. It's a priority. It's an emotion. I'm not focusing on the right now pain. I'm focusing on the long-term gain. Right? See, Chris, like that. Mic drop. That's right. You don't focus on the right now pain. You're looking at the long-term gain. Okay? So that's where I'm at right now. Courtney, on the other hand, she rocks it both ways. She's not focused on the right now pain of that, of the fact that she is doing multiple things. She did a spin class. Now she's sitting in the sauna. She's sweating out them toxics. She's getting her body right. So her mind, and she's sitting here with us so she can get her mind right, so she can work her business right, right? I give her so much credit for that. She's one of my heroes because of that. You know, we've had this conversation, Courtney. I look up to you, you look up to me. It's a mutual respect, girl. It's a mutual respect. Let me go through. I haven't even been paying attention to the chat. So I know Teresa was looking at CBD. So Teresa, you can always get with your sponsor. You can always reach out to any one of us. CBD is really quite simple. You just sign up in the back office for an auto ship. And it looks like Courtney has gone ahead and put the instructions out there for you. And it just, in order for you to be on Evo Max, which is a travel agent and a CBD site, you just need to have one product, a human product, on auto ship. So we have 2 tinctures and we have a cream. I routinely go back and forth between a 500 milligram tincture and a 1,000 milligram tincture. My husband does 500. I also do have the cream because I use that regularly. And we have been told that there are more products in the pipeline, so that should be expanding. So keep an eye out for that. Portia, it may not be your internet. It could be my internet. I don't know. But yeah, just look up Tony Robbins' Time of Your Life, The Power of Chunking. Find solutions, not excuses. Absolutely no beans. Courtney is a no beans. I'm a bean person. It's just, you know, you grow up a certain way, you have a certain recipe. Mine is a variation on my dad's recipe, so I do beans. I do a combination of both dark and light kidney beans. If I really want to get adventuresome, I'll put in maybe a little bit of black bean, and then maybe top it off with some corn. Okay, total Tex-Mex. Then you got to have the cornbread with 2 very different versions of it. You've got your standard traditional, more sweetened cornbread, and then you have your cheddar jalapeno cornbread to kind of mix in with your chili, just saying. Chris, go ahead and unmute yourself. I'm tired of looking at all this stuff. He's just over there being Chris.
You are making me hungry.
Well, deal with it.
Well,
Go
I'm gonna
eat.
have to eat chili. I'm gonna have to. I am. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to make chili this weekend. I'm not even joking. I use like 7 different pans.
I'm thinking about it. I'm definitely thinking about it. My husband's probably mad at me because I think I've only made chili 1 time this winter. And usually it's like once a week thing when we're in the middle of winter. It's chili. Okay. Sorry, I have a house cleaning business, and oh, no problem, Teresa. I completely understand. Still texting people. Still working the business, right? They had a deal going for it, but I didn't pay attention. It was, yes. Right now, the deal for the tincture, if you want to order additional product, it's not going to count towards your auto ship, guys, but the tincture special you have going right now is if you buy a 1,000 milligram tincture, you get a 500 milligram tincture. I think it's half off, or it's free. It's one or the other. Honestly, I haven't looked indefinitely. Okay. Oh, Chris uses 7 different beans. Excuse me. That's okay. I made 15 bean soup the other day. 15 different beans. How about that? I'll force to eat them in chili, but yeah, picky here. 15 food allergies. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, it's free. Thank you, Courtney. I wasn't sure if it was free or if it was discounted. But yeah.
I have a question. Because I know it says that it's free, but if I change, right now my e-shipment is on cream, but if I go and change it to the 1,000 milligrams, do I get the other one then?
I'm not
or is that
sure.
Just for customers?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I think it's probably not going to count, but it sounds like a blue box question. I wasn't sure myself, and my auto ship actually just shipped, and right now I'm currently at the 500, so I didn't find out. But yeah, I blue box Tina and see what she has to say.
Okay.
If you find out, let me know. That way I can kind of pass it along too.
Okay, I'll do it now.
Thanks. Okay, so it looks like Chris is stuck with a weird face. He's making faces at it. It's stuck on his camera, so I'm not going to pay attention to him anymore. Any other questions, concerns? Anybody else? Oh, now you're unfrozen and still making a face at me. Whatever. Anybody else?
My bad.
What was that?
Said I got a phone call. My bad.
Oh, like you're working your business or something.
I'm on my phone. I had a phone call, and then I'm also on my computer all at the same time. It's great. It's been one of those days.
Well, I woke up with my sinuses full to the brim. My body aches. I've got a headache. Thankfully the tea is helping because if you ask anybody who first came on in the beginning, my throat was a little hoarse. Thankfully I have my hot tea and my honey going. So after this, I am going to take some bee pollen, maybe make myself a little fruit smoothie, get some vitamin C in me, and then I'm probably going to go back to bed for a little bit because I do not feel good. So, but I'm here with you and Chris and his crazy hair. So that's all that matters. Okay. Anybody else who would like to chime in? Anybody else who has anything that they're faced with that that they would like some assistance with? That's what we're here for. Chris is all being quiet over there. What?
You guys still being shy.
I know.
There's no need to be shy. Got me and my Johnny Bravo hairdo.
Johnny Bravo hairdo. Yeah, it's actually pretty close. It's pretty close. I was thinking 90s Chris Isaac.
Oh God, that was sad.
Right? What can I say? I love Johnny Bravo.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Good morning. This is Paula. I sound terrible too.
Oh, Paula, it's the weather, right?
Yes, it is.
It's raining here in Vegas, guys.
I know. I hate it. So what are y'all doing or saying to people to get them on the webinars now when they talk about this coronavirus? Wow.
I actually, last night, I was closing out, or no, last night I did the webinar. It was the 4 p.m. webinar. And realistically, I've been kind of addressing it as soon as I start my close.
Okay.
Because I know it's a huge thing. And my thing is education. That is the key to combating this whole corona BS, if you will. Because let's face it, it is BS. What I don't understand is what a a pneumonia type or respiratory type of illness or infection has to do with toilet paper. Unless this is your ass, I don't know what you have to have toilet paper for.
Exactly.
Just saying. It is a respiratory thing, not an intestinal thing. So that's neither here nor there. The other thing is, guys, and when you're talking to people, and Chris is laughing at me because this is not my ass. I'm just saying. If you're talking to people, it is education. So the first thing I say is, if you have a can of Lysol in your home, please go pull it out. Because if you look on the back of any Lysol can currently, not that that you just purchased, but you already have in your home, I will tell you right now, it already says coronavirus. It's not new. It's not new. Coronavirus.
I agree, Jennifer. People just are overreacting.
Yes, absolutely. It is not new. If it is on a can of Lysol that I have in my home already, it's not new.
Exactly.
Okay? The other thing I always want people to understand is that there have been more cases of and more deaths from the standard flu this year than there have been from the coronavirus.
I've been keep telling people that, but they don't listen to me. It's like the flu is more worse than the coronavirus. It
is. Then, guys, there is, if you are a relatively healthy person and normally under the age of 50, is a 98% cure rate. Okay? So it's a 2% chance that you may not be cured from it. 98% chance that you will. So let's face it, guys. Yes, if you are immunosuppressed, in personally, like if you are under chemo, if you are fighting something already, you are not a healthy person. Yes, please be precautious. Take those steps. But if you are me, even my husband is over the age of 50, but he's relatively healthy. I'm not going to worry about it. Right? So you take that into account, not to mention, okay, and the other thing I've been doing on the webinars, okay, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not even looking. Tell you exactly. Okay. So the other thing is when you're out and about, guys, wash your hands. That's not new either. Let's face it. Oh, I'm going to go ahead. Hold on one sec, guys. Paula, I'm going to mute you and as well, simply because of the fact that I'm getting a lot of echo and I don't want to worry about that. Please feel free to unmute yourself and then remute yourself as you need to. So yes, with soap. Washing your hands with soap is not new. We've been doing it for centuries. Okay? Just saying. And when I say wash, I know Chris is like, what? Yes, I know. And when I say wash your hands, I'm not saying run some water over them, put a splash of soap on there, go and rinse it off. That's not washing your hands, guys. That's pretending you're washing your hands. That's like, oh, I didn't touch nothing dirty. Done, right? No, washing your hands is a series that takes realistically 20 seconds or more. When you wash your hands, guys, you rub the water, you get the soap, you soap it up, you wash both sides of your hands. People forget about the back. The back is the side of your hand. Both sides of your hand, in between your nail beds, under your nails. Okay? Not a new concept. A lot of people just don't understand that's how you're supposed to wash your hands. Okay? Anybody who's been surrounded by anybody with some kind of medical ailment, you understand washing your hands is not. Okay? Without washing your hands, doctors. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right now, when you go to the hospital or you would go to the doctor's office, request that they wash their hands. Okay? I'm going to tell you this from experience. Doctors and nurses have become very reliant on hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer does not replace washing your hands. Okay? See, and sing London Bridges. That's the time it takes to wash your hands, right? Anybody who's been around a surgeon knows that a proper scrub before surgery takes minutes, not seconds, but minutes. They're scrubbing and then they're putting on gloves to protect us from infections, right? So yeah, don't just, but hand sanitizer does not replace washing your hands. It is a stopgap. So I'm also telling my clients and my people who are on my webinars that when we're talking to our clients, so what we need to do is you need to educate them. So you tell them everything I've just told you. Plus you let them know, just be prepared. So if you are traveling, make sure you have your hand sanitizer with you. Lord knows you can go to the dollar store and get the little mini hand sanitizers that you can put in your backpack or your purse, right? And you use that when you are unable to wash your hands. Okay, so you touch something, you use a little hand sanitizer until you're able to get to a soap and water to wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Your mucous membranes are going to pick up on anything that are on your hands. So be precautious, right? Right? Yes, I know you keep yours in your purse, Chris. I've seen it. He's all out there. So, and then guys, let's face it, when we go to the grocery store, what's the first thing you do when you grab that cart? You go and you get that wipe that they keep, that sanitizing wipe, and you wipe down your grocery cart, right? They sell packets of those little sanitizing wipes, the Lysol wipes, whatever you want to do. Yeah, you wipe the cart down. But guys, carry some with you when you're traveling and you're going to touch something that a lot of people are touching. Let's face it, wipe it down, right? And if you have to, like you're going and you touch the elevator button, let's face it, there's so many people. Hand sanitize. When you get to your room, go ahead and wash your hands, right? So there's a lot of different things that we can do to help prevent the spread of corona, right? But again, the coronavirus is not something that I need to be concerned about because I'm a smart, logical adult. That's it. We have to be smart, logical adults. That's really all it is, common sense. If you touch something that's going to possibly be dirty, then guess what? I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands, right? I'm just saying. Okay, and then as far as air travel, guys, a lot of people are going to start asking you about air travel. Guys, airplanes have HEPA filters. There's a reason for this because it's a pressurized, condensed place anyway. There are all kinds of illnesses that have been out there for centuries as well. Airplanes have HEPA filters for a reason. This is, if you currently work in an office with other people, you are breathing dirtier air than in an airplane. Okay? The reason is because they've already gone ahead and said, oh, we've got people here and not all of them are clean. So let's go ahead and put some HEPA filters in. So airplanes have HEPA filters. You don't have to worry about that. Cruises, guys, they have hand sanitizers on cruises everywhere for a reason because they want you to go ahead and use them every chance you get. Okay? So use the hand sanitizers, wash your hands. When you go into a buffet or something, guys, use the tongs. If you see somebody who touches something before you and they did not use the tongs, don't eat that. I'll be the person who says, can I get a new tray of that? Because I just saw so-and-so over there go, right? I'm not going to eat that. I don't know. That's just gross, right? And yes, it is affecting us here in Vegas. And Chris, I know you're laughing at me. Oh. But MGM has actually gone ahead and shut down their buffets here because of that. Because there are stupid people out there who are not acting like adults, or there are parents out there who are not monitoring their kids and they're going, when they're at the buffet. So extra protein. I've got no words for you. I've got no words for you. Don't eat at buffets. Don't eat at buffets. That's a good one, right? Go to a different restaurant.
Hey, Jennifer, can I say something?
Absolutely.
Sure. And so, I mean, everything that you're saying is right, but it's not anything new, like you were saying. I mean, we should be washing our hands anyway. When you come back from the grocery store, wash your hands. It's the same thing when I tell kids, when I'm a teacher, all my kids, and I've got 14 toddlers that I have to watch. You come inside, you wash your hands. Before you eat, you wash your hands. You know, you touch your face, wash your hands. Just constantly washing your hands. It's not anything new. But I have had 2 families already come back from a cruise, and they were fine. You know, I have another family coming back today, and they had a blast. So it's really up, you know, just, I mean, if you already have people going, I mean, it's their choice if they're going to want to go or not. That's up to them, but it's kind of silly. But when the Zika virus was going on, I think it was a couple of years ago, I actually went to Brazil. I went to Brazil right when it was about, I'd say it's still going on, but it was still about done. And I was fine. Why? Because I know myself, and I know I have a strong immune system. I'm not going to get sick. The people who are going to get sick are the ones, like Jennifer said, or, you know, who don't have a good immune system. They're older, you know. But I had a friend who is American and lives in Brazil. Did he get sick with the Zika virus? He did. Why? Because he has a bad immune system, and he knows it too. He has a bad immune system because he's got stuff going on that the medical area in Brazil is not as strong as the American hospitals that, you know, we have here. So he knows he's going to get more sick than when he usually would stay in America. But I was like, oh man, you're here. You're still alive. He's like, yeah, I'm here. I'm like, how was it? He's like, it was like the flu times 10. I'm like, but I mean, you could get medicine, you get better. It's all just a hype. That's all it is. But if you look at, there's a list of every single year, there's something going on every single year. 2011, 2012, there's something going on every single year. It's just people get so worked up into it that they may get into what it is now.
Yep, absolutely, Courtney. I completely agree. Chris, thank you for putting the hat on, first of all. And then Chris suggests washing your hands before you wash your hands. I'm going to have to go over, for those of you, what is it? I know Charles posted it. And guys, so the other thing I'm telling people about cruises right now is if you have those clients who are like, oh, well, yeah, I want to go on a cruise.
You're breaking up, Jennifer.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my internet. It's just terrible. I don't know. It's the weather. I think it is. So yeah, let me close this down. Trying to close things down, limit my use. So for cruises, guys, what I'm telling people is, you know, those clients that you have that are like, oh, well, that's too expensive, or I wanted something a little more budget friendly. This is the time to get them booked, right? This is the time to get them booked because this is the time to get those deals. So this is what Courtney was talking about, okay? Every election year has a disease, okay? And this was shared in a doctor's office. I'm sure this is not new. This has been shared on social media all over the place. But 2004 was SARS, 2008 was the avian, 2010 swine, 2012 MERS, Ebola, Zika, Ebola, Corona. Right? Guess what? Every election year, guys, there's something. And here it is right here. Coronavirus has a contagion factor of 2. SARS 4, measles 18. All right. Cure rate of, oh, I'm sorry, I said 98%. It's a 99.7% cure rate for those under 50, right? Not to mention it's a viral pneumonia being hyped as the Black Plague before an election. So guys, if you take into account the actual facts, it's nothing. So yeah, just go to Charles Lee's Facebook page, and he has this here, has that there. He actually has several pictures listed here about the coronavirus. So yeah, so that's the thing, guys. It's nothing. Exactly, it's a distraction from what's going on in the world. That's what it is. Every year there's got to be some kind of distraction. This is it, right? This is this year is Corona. And I'm not going to worry so much about it. Like, okay, let's see what this one. The 2009 flu pandemic, or swine flu, was an influenza pandemic that lasted from 2009 to 10. The second of 2, so on and so forth. I mean, these are just things, guys. It's, you know, preparing for 95 million coronavirus. No, guys, no, fake news. You know, and I'm sure they got those pictures from like a movie. You know, is not things that are happening. It's people who, this is the other thing I said yesterday when I was on the webinar. We are within a very litigious society. For those of you who don't know what that is, it means people are sue happy. People like to sue for stupid reasons. So I got the flu, I'm suing you. Right? I got coronavirus, I'm suing you. Companies don't want to be sued. Even if they have nothing to worry about as far as the legality of the case, it still costs them money to fight these stupid cases. So they're being cautious. Same thing with the school districts. They're being cautious because they know people are going to start freaking out. And like, oh, if my kid goes to your school and gets coronavirus, then I'm suing the school district. So that's the reason why they're doing that. That's the reason why you have, ships going through, cruise ships going through so much. Yes, there have been cases of coronavirus on cruise ships, and because of such, they are taking precautions. But that's not as bad as what everybody makes it out to be, right? So yeah, tell people to stop relying on social media for their facts. It's really that simple. If you want to know, go to the CDC. All right. I saw a meme the other day, and it was like a conversation the CDC was having with with somebody. And it was funny. They're like, oh, this is going to be over. This is this. And they're like, oh, I need to go buy toilet paper. And they're like, what? I got to show you. This is one of my agents sent me. Hold on. I just don't want to forget about a text message, but there it is. So one of my agents, he works in a jewelry store. I'm actually going to stop sharing my screen for a minute because I want you to see this. And this is how bad it's gotten, guys. So let me turn my screen down so you can see it a little bit better. I don't know if you can read that, but it is a picture of a gift bowed wrapped roll of toilet paper and a 1-carat diamond ring, and it says roll of toilet paper, $3,999, includes free 1-carat diamond ring. Right? That's funny, right? And he actually went to his district manager and said, hey, can I do this? And he said, absolutely not. So he sent it to another friend of his who actually owns his own jewelry store, and he's doing it. So, but that's how bad it's gotten, guys. So yeah, go buy a $4,000 roll of toilet paper and get a free diamond ring. So yeah, it's realistically, guys, it's education. That's all it is. And don't worry if you have somebody who's coming on one of my webinars, or if I'm closing one of the webinars, and I do close a lot of them, I will always address, until this is over, the coronavirus, explaining to them the facts, not the myths. When we have people contact us, how we can go ahead and combat those myths and provide them with solid information. Okay? So with that being said, are there any other questions, any other concerns, anything else that I can address? Looks like Chris is out there working because he is stuck on his picture again. I know Portia, it looks like she's been working and doing multitasking all morning as well. So go girl, go. We know Courtney has been, in the amount of time that we've been together, she has done exercise, a spin class, a sauna, and she's gotten in her car. I'm so glad that you're enjoying these. It makes me feel, I was hoping that this wasn't going to be, one of those things we put together and nobody enjoys, and it was kind of waste and it would just be done. And so I'm glad that I'm getting some loyal followers. I enjoyed doing my mock booking trainings and doing them once a week, and I had some loyal mock booking followers. So I'm glad that we can kind of translate that into something else, because you can only do so many mock bookings before you're showing the same things over and over again. So those are why those are recorded. Need these, don't stop. Okay, I will definitely take that into account, Sammy. Let's just hope and pray that I hit my goals, because that is really contingent on me continuing to do things like this, because I have to make my goals. It's my priority. I actually had a guy comment on my team building ad, how can you sell trips now in the midst of coronavirus? Suzanne, that's exactly how I would do it. I would combat that comment and do it publicly, because if someone's commenting on your post, combat it publicly, guys. It's gonna, for a couple of reasons. Oh, she got the Lysol can out. Did you find it? Says coronavirus on it, doesn't it? Yep. Told you. People don't believe me. It is on there. It says coronavirus. It says human coronavirus on there. I bet you bought that can a while ago too, right? Right? A long time ago. That's exactly what it is. That's what it is. So yeah, the reason I say combat that publicly, it's a couple of reasons. First of all, you're going to get more activity on your post. And Facebook loves activity. If they see the activity on the post, they deem it as important. They will make sure more people see it. That's the algorithms within Facebook. The other thing is by combating it publicly, you are being open and honest with whoever is viewing that comment or that post. So you tell them, listen, there's a 99.7% cure rate for this virus. It is simply a respiratory virus that is less contagion factor than our current strain of flu, which has claimed more victims and deaths than the coronavirus. The simple fact is, if you are a healthy individual, then there is no reason why you should be that concerned over the coronavirus, okay? And go ahead and go to the CDC site, see exactly what they have, copy and paste and quote the CDC. That gives it validity, guys. So that's how I would do that. I would absolutely, I wouldn't hide the comment. I really wouldn't. You can hide it now, but realistically, if you do hide it, it's only hidden from you, okay? There's a lot of things that Facebook doesn't tell you. When you hide a comment, it's really only hidden from you. So I'd unhide the comment and combat it with fact, because then the other reason for that is when people are reviewing that, they're going to know you're an educated travel agent. They can feel confident using your services. You are educated and know what you're talking about, right? I need to find something for my father. He has stage 4 cancer and is always in pain. Is oil the best? I'm not going to say it's going to be perfect. I'm never going to say that's perfect. It has the ability to possibly help. So the only way you can find out is to try it. It works for some people. It doesn't work for other people. Some people you have to have a full spectrum. Some people are fine with the isolate. I do both. Okay. On a good day, I'm good with just the isolate. On a bad day, I have to have a full spectrum in conjunction with my isolate. Okay. If that helps. No problem. Glad I could help. Anything else, guys? Anybody else have questions, comments, concerns, anything else I can help you? No problem. I can help you address anything. Chris is working. That's why he's quiet. I already know that. Courtney's driving. She can't. Paula, I know, is probably just sitting there listening and sitting back and chilling. She's just that girl.
I'm actually working on my Calendly while you talk.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I text people while you were talking.
Girls, work it. That's all that matters. Yeah. And guys, I will be doing this again on Friday morning. So remember, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then on Saturday morning at 8 a.m., guys, I'm doing, for any of my team builders out there, I'm going to be doing a training on how to support your team, things to help make sure your agents are happy and successful, and help with retention. I actually ran my retention numbers for February, guys, and I was really relatively surprised that I was sitting at just below 82%. So, okay. I tuned in while at a doctor's appointment. Okay, perfect. Again, absolutely. Okay, anything else, guys? Anything else? Okay, well, I guess that we are good for the day. Go out there, win your Wednesday. All right, work your business, figure out your goals, plan everything, guys. And, you know, just rock it. That's all that matters, rock it. So with that being said, guys, have an amazing day. And I will see you the same bat time, same bat channel on Friday morning. Bye, guys.